Hi, everybody. My name is Megan Manis, and I am a teaching elder in New York City. And by the way, did everyone see Carl's article in the Outlook about the teaching elder terminology? You have to look at it. It's both funny and really good. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. And my name is Ruth Jaime Benoit Rosario. I'm a teaching elder also at New York City.
So when we first started this project, and we started talking to folks we knew about the Synod, oftentimes you're met with a blank stare, right? What's the Synod? Does it do something? Does it do anything? Aren't they going to get rid of synods? Those are the kinds of things that we would hear. So starting off with a working definition of the Synod seems like a very important way to ground the work that we're doing and the way that we're thinking about all of this work together. When I hear the word Synod, I think of a very monolithic, institutional, stone blocks kind of thing, right? It's rigid, it maybe isn't too flexible, it's maybe not too inspiring. But what we come to here is something that's based not on those institutional ideas, but on what we have together and on what we want to have together. So those are the things that speak to me. The idea that this is a space that's not just there to be part of the institution, but that's there to open creative spaces and to help us where we need help.
No, yeah, totally agree. It's like when Carol was saying the word that is bigger in the recollection that we have from all of you is community. So what we discover is that Synod is about community. It's about different presbyteries, different congregations coming together, just sharing their gifts for a larger purpose, which is the building of the kingdom of God here on earth. So that's what we came up, that's what we discovered as we enter into working with this transition working group the first year, and now as we prepare for this new way forward. And I think that's the premise that we want to express. The title of a new way forward says it all. It sets the tone for what we present to you today. It's a new way of thinking to be a Synod. It's a new way of being in community with one another. It's a new way for us to relate to one another. It's a new way, it's a new opportunity for all of us to share what are our gifts, to recognize that, like Megan said, Synod is not monolithic. It's a compilation of many different people bringing amazing gifts, gifts that were given by the Spirit, by the same Spirit, in order to be put in, the same basket and enhance the kingdom of God. So this is, again, this is to set out the tone, a new way forward, and we are extremely excited.
So as we start thinking of ourselves as a regional community, what is our community really based in? Was the next question, which brings us to the missional purpose. And if you don't know me, I'm a little bit of a cynical person about a lot of things. When Harold first said, we're going to listen for this missional niche, what's the common mission of our Synod? I was like, Harold, that's not going to happen. That just seems really contrived. I don't think we're going to come up with anything. But as always, God has maybe different ideas than we do. And as we were listening, as Harold was listening, as all of us were listening around the Synod, God really moved a missional vision and really brought it to the forefront for us. And through that whole process, we were deeply engaged in praying and to listening to what everyone was saying. And this paragraph came from a process of several people drafting, in Habakkuk chapter 2, write the vision, make it plain. It's very difficult, but several of us were involved in doing that, and I don't know how we ended up here, but we did. God brought us to this place.
Yes, it was the listening of the Spirit, which we wanted to put there in the missional purpose. It was the listening of all of listening to all of you, particularly listen to people who were historically being put to the side and not listened to. This group worked very intentional in trying to lift up those voices. And this missional statement and purpose try to lift up, tries to be authentic in the work that we have, done throughout the years, and again tries to bring a new way of addressing what happened in the past, acknowledging it, but also a commitment of working together and moving forward. So.
Yeah, and the vision that really emerged is one of how do we make this a true community where people feel welcome, where they feel like they have a place, and where we help each other using the resources we have to learn about how we can make this a more hospitable community as well. So you'll notice in the missional purpose specifically mentioned, God's justice, hospitality and welcome for all, acknowledging, as Rosanna said, what has happened in the past. We have not always done this. We maybe wanted to do it, but we have not always done it. So it's a new call for us to equip each other, to really find joy in the great diversity that we have that really is the gift of our Synod.
Yes, I totally agree. And again, that's why you see in the missional purpose that we frame this with John, the Gospel according to John, and says, I give you a new commandment that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. So this is our kind of the way we frame our work. If we say that we are loved by God in the person of Jesus Christ, then we have to show that love to everybody, not just people who look like me, who speak the same language as me, but to everybody. Because again, it's we serve one God, and we have all been given many different amazing gifts by the same